Well, g'day everybody, and welcome to the first in a series of tutorials that I am going to do for Farming Simulator. Now, I'm on the mod map New Woodshire, which, to be honest, is probably my most favourite map in all of Farm Sim 19. So these tutorials are for Farm Sim 19. This one is about how to look after and raise cows. Just in the default, not in seasons, where you can actually, in seasons, you can actually breed cows and stuff like that. I've got a few mods in here. However, you can do all of this basically with all of the default stuff that comes with Farm Sim. Now, the first thing we will do is I'm going to go into animals up the top there, and you can see we have 10 brown cows at the moment. They have a bale of hay that I've put in there, and they have some water in there as well. Okay, so they've got a 0% productivity at the moment. That's because I've only just put them in, so it hasn't caught up. But basically with cows, what you can do, if you want to start off with your cows relatively quickly, you can give them hay or grass, which is relatively easy to come by, and water, and they will start producing. They won't start producing to 100%, but they will start producing. I think they probably, if you give them straw, probably sit around the 80% mark. So that's all you really need to do to keep your cows going, is give them some grass or some hay or some silage, and make sure that they have water and straw. We will go through this as we go. The best and most efficient way to look after your cows and to raise your cows and have 100% productivity on wool is to give them total mixed ration, and I'm going to teach you how to do that. So when you start Farm Sim on a new farm, you won't, if you've got the cow yard like we have here. If we go into the map here, you can see down on our farm with this little icon here, we have the cow pasture, which is what this is. So we have the cow pasture, and over the back here is the little grass area where the cows hang out, and they chew and stuff like that, but they don't actually eat the grass. So don't get fooled by that. They won't be sitting there and eating grass. And as you can see in our little cow thing here, they have zero grass. So you do need to feed them, even though it looks like they're just grazing on grass out here and getting what they need. Now, most of the time, you will also have a little shed usually for the cows, which is a little yard. This is where all the straw goes in here. This here is a feed trough where all of your food goes, and you can see a little trigger area there for feed. Over the end here is their water trough, and again you can see there is a little trigger area here for adding water, and we will go through that. In this particular cow pasture, this area here and this little trigger area within this bounds is for straw, for putting straw in. And if we go over here, and you will see the open animal dialogue box over there, this is where you actually purchase your cows. Now, what you can do, you can see what cows we have on our farm at the moment. We've got 10 brown. If you want to purchase cows, you have all different types of cows here that you can purchase. Now, whatever cow you do get doesn't really make any difference on what they produce or anything like that. They do if you were in seasons, but we're not covering seasons in this one. So it doesn't really matter what type of cow you get. You just get what you want to get. I basically just did the basic brown cows, but if you want to purchase a mixture of cows, then in the default Farm Sim 19, then that's okay. So say we wanted to add let's say we wanted to add a white brahmin cow. We would click on A to move that cow across, and as you can see here, buy price is 2,500 for the cow. The fee, which is a transport fee, is $200. So the total cost for that cow is $2,700. You can confirm that. And now you will see somewhere in here there will be a white Brahmin, and there it is there. Now the Brahmin cows were bought out when the in FS19 when the Estancia Lapacho map in the Platinum Edition was bought out. So there you go. Now, if you don't want to pay a transport fee for your animals, what you can do is you can go into the store and we go into the tools, and under animals, which is here, you will see that you can purchase yourself. Where are we? No, it's in trailers. My apologies, guys. Where are we? Putting wagons, animal transport down here. You can see that you can purchase different types of trailers depending on what you're using on your farm. This one here is for horses. This holds 6 cows, 9 pigs if you're doing pigs, or 10 sheep. And that hooks onto a tractor, and you can go down, and you can actually go down to the store, to the stock store, and actually purchase your cows. They'll load onto your trailer, and then you would bring your trailer in, you would back it into this area here, and you would unload your cows into your yard there. So there you go. All right, so now not forgetting that I've got some bales here. Now, if you are running a cow farm and you are looking at producing milk, you will also need to make sure that you produce the food that they require. As I said, you can go out there and you can cut, you can have a field as part of your farm. You can go out, you can cut grass and bale grass. Say, in this field here, you could cut all the grass, bale all the grass, and you could just feed the cows. If you wanted, you could just feed them grass and water. All right, so you can see their productivity is boosted to 70% now. So that's with hay and with water. So you could give them grass, you could give them hay if you wanted to, or silage. Or alternatively, as I said, you could do total mixed ration. And if you do total mixed ration, then you will find that they will not eat any hay or grass or silage that you put in here. They will actually eat the total mixed ration only, even if these are full, these meters here. So once they've got TMR in there, then that is all they will eat. And TMR is best for their production. And as you can see down the bottom here, total mixed ration effectiveness 100%. Hay or silage gives an effectiveness of 75%, and grass gives an effectiveness of 25%. So that's commensurate to how much effort it takes you to make each of these. Grass is very easy. Hay and silage take a couple of processes to make, and total mixed ration takes even more processes to make, so it gives you a better yield. All right, beautiful. So that's that. Now, the other thing is that when you have a cow pasture, you will have a trigger. It's usually in different areas. You can see the trigger here. And this trigger is where you would collect your milk in a milk trailer. I don't have a milk trailer at the moment, but if we go into the store here and go into animals, I can show you one. So there you go. There's a small trailer which transports water and milk. So that you can fill up with milk, and you can take down to the area where you sell your milk off. Whether it be a dairy or anything like that, depending on the map you're playing. You can also get a larger one that takes 32,000 litres, and that is for a semi-truck. So big difference in price there, big difference in price. So you would usually start off with that anyway. The other equipment that we have, this is Anderson, so I'm not going to go through that. I will go through this one. You have a Silo King, which is a forage mixer wagon that blends silage, hay and straw into total mixed ration that can be fed to cows. You can also use this dependent on how much TMR and stuff you're making. You can also use this as a bale shredder, so you could put just straw in there, and you could actually throw straw in and give your animals straw. However, if you're doing a full pot of total mix ration and you're only using half of it to feed your cows and leaving the rest stored in there, then that's not a good idea, obviously. There is also a water trailer for transporting water to give your cows the water that they need, and there is also, and this is the default bale shredding wagon, or this one also does TMR. Hang on, I'm looking for this. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So that's another default mixer to do total mix ration, and this one here, the Primor 1570, is for it's basically a straw shredder, like a bale shredder. So this is how you distribute straw to your cows. So what we're going to do first up in this, and you can see I've got a little Anderson one here. This does the same thing. This is a straw shredder here. So the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to throw some straw into a shredder, and I'm going to show you how to distribute the straw for the cows. Now it's basically straw bedding. It increases their productivity. Let's just go and grab ourselves a straw bale here. There we go. So we pick up the straw bale. That's easy enough, and we will go and throw it in the back of the in the back of the shredder wagon here. Spin around here. Oh, there we go. Probably want to get that a little bit better, get that in there a little bit better, Simi. There we go. Probably could have lined that up a little bit better, couldn't I? Let's just drop that in there. There we go. Throw that in there. No, it doesn't want to go out. There we go. That should go out. Perfect. All right, lovely. Now what we'll do with that is we will hook that up to. We might actually duck over. I've got a weight on the back of the deer here for picking up bales. So what we might do is we'll go over and we'll get the McCormick. So we'll turn that off and jump out. You can see I've got a weight on the back there for picking up the to counterbalance picking up the heavy bales. So we'll jump in the McCormick here. Let's jump in there. We will disconnect that, and we shall drive this around. We'll pick up the spin around here. Try not to smash into anything, and we will pick up the straw shredder. Now there is variations on areas that you need to, and ways that you need to distribute your straw for the cows. So what we need to do here is let's just zoom out a little bit. We need to close this door here, so we will do that. There we go. Right, and we will drive ourselves into the trigger area for distributing the straw. There we go. Let's spin around here. We'll go in here. Looking after cows is actually quite a pleasant thing in Farming Simulator. I think it's relaxing. There you can see that we've got the trigger now. So what we will do is we will turn on the bale shredder, and you can see that will there we go. We'll just adjust that, and that will fill this area here up with straw. So depending on how many cows you have, depends on how much straw you actually need. So if we go now into the menu, you can see up there that we have 4,000 litres of straw in there, and the productivity has gone up to 80%. So they definitely like to have their straw, and the straw is basically the bedding, the comfort. They will not, cows will not produce manure or slurry without straw. So you don't necessarily need to put straw in there. However, they won't produce manure or slurry. And I'll show you manure and slurry in a sec. So let's disconnect that. We will drive this back over to the mixer wagon over here. There we go. So manure and slurry is a byproduct of raising cows, and it's quite a good resource. So you use manure and slurry to actually fertilize your fields. So over here is where your manure will start to collect. Once you've given them some straw, obviously the more cows you have, the more straw you need, but the more manure and slurry is created. This is your slurry pit. Slurry is basically just a mixture of sort of mixed up wee and poo from the cows, basically. That collects in a slurry tank. Some farm barns have slatted floors that that all of the slurry drops down into and slowly soaks into a pit and stuff like that. So you would pump that out here in a slurry spreader and take it out onto your fields to do that. So let's just have a quick look at the state of our cows. 80%. They have water and they have some hay in there as food. Their cleanliness is 100%. We will get into that as well. Okay, beautiful. Now, the next thing that we are going to do is we are going to create some total mixed ration. Now, total mixed ration can be confusing when you first start off in Farm Sim. It can be a confusing thing, but what I like to do is I like to do a ratio of 2, 1, 1. I'm just going to have a sip of coffee here, guys. Now, what I mean by 2, 1, 1 is I like to put in 2 hay bales, 1 straw bale, and 1 silage bale. Now you can just put in 2 hay bales and 2 silage bales, but silage it takes a process to make. So whereas hay or straw bales are usually sort of a byproduct of a field. Say if you're doing wheat or something like that, you can bale your straw and use your straw. So it's kind of a cheaper alternative to hay and silage. So as opposed to using 2 hay and 2 silage, I use 2 hay, 1 silage, and 1 straw bale as a filler, basically. And what that does is it sort of fills out your TMR mixture. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to grab 2 hay here, just run in there. There we go. We'll pick up 2 bales. So what you want to do is you want to pick your bales up, drop them in the back of your mixer. As I said, this Keenan mixer is actually a mod, but the mixers that are included in Farm Sim in the default game, you pretty well use the same process. However, I think the Kun mixer, you only do hay, and it only has enough room in it and capacity in it for hay and silage. So all right, so we've dropped that one in. So we've dropped 1 hay in. Let's get ourselves another hay here. Just drop that down. There we go. Beautiful. All right, we'll grab this hay bale off the top there. There we go. Perfect. And we will throw this one in. So that's this will be our second hay. Some of the mixes, this one has a big trigger point, but some of the mixes actually, you actually got to get the bale right in there and drop it down. So there we go. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to jump out and I'm just going to show you this. Now you can see that we have a mixing ratio up in the top left-hand corner there, and at the moment we're 100%. We're 100% hay at the moment. So you've got hay, then you've got the silage icon, then you've got the straw icon. What you're aiming to do to get a good TMR mix is to have each of those gauges in between those arrows that are shown on there. So that is what we're going to aim for. So we've got 2 hay in there now. We're going to jump in here. We're going to get ourselves a silage bale now. There we go. Oh, Simi, you're a better front-end loader worker than this. This is one of my most favourite mods. This John Deere tractor. I love it. I absolutely love it. All right, let's throw. It's a great yard tractor. It also does some other stuff as well. It's the what is it? It's the 5085M. It's not a large tractor, not a large horsepower tractor or anything, but I love it. All right, let's jump in here. Now we have silage in there. And what you can see is that we have 66.6% of hay, 33.3% of silage. Now, you will notice down in the bottom right-hand corner there, next to the speedo and stuff, that it says that this is total mix ration. Now, you can leave it at that if you want, and just put in hay and silage, and that will be your total mix ration, and that's a full valid total mix ration that you can now go and spread out for the cows. But what I like to do is, because sometimes there's a lot involved in making TMR, then I find that I might as well just throw in a bale of straw and pack that TMR mixture out, which farmers do. So it's actually a valid thing to do. So is to pack it out with a little bit of straw and to give a little bit more volume. They're still getting the nutrition of the TMR, but you're just getting a larger volume of it. So if we just throw this in here, there we go. If we hit the right point, right there, beautiful. All right, so we will turn that off. Now, what we will do, we'll jump back in here, and as you can see, now that we've thrown a straw bale in there, we still have TMR down the bottom corner, but instead of having 12,000 litres, we've got 16,000 litres. So that gives you an extra 4,000 litres. We're still within the mixing ratio for a good TMR. So this will be absolutely perfect. Now, I'm just going to jump outside there, zoom out a little bit. All right, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to change the unloading side to. Can I change it to? Let's see, where are we? No, I can't change it to. It unloads from the back by the looks of it. This is the first time that I've actually used this one, so what we're going to do is spin around here. Let's unfold the mixer wagon. So there you go, it has unfolded, as you can see right there, and we're going to turn it on. I'm going to, and as you can see, what it's doing there is it's actually shredding up and mixing all of those bales together to make a decent TMR mixture. So now I don't know where the crane are. Oh, it's all right. I'm just looking at something else there. Okay, lovely. All right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to take this into the feed trough area. I'm hoping that it will get through these doors, or otherwise we may have to fold it up. Actually, we can probably fold those doors anyway. I don't think we need them open, so let's head into where the food trough is here. There we go. Beautiful. And as you can see now, we can actually unload our total mix ration, which is what we will do. We'll just spin around here. There we go. So we'll let all of this, as much of this as we possibly can out. And as you can see, if we go into here, you can see that our TMR mixture is going up as we drop that in. So let's just close that. Throw all of that TMR in there. There we go, and you can hear the difference in tractor when you've got that running. So the PTO is running that. So we will now turn off the mixer wagon. And we will take this outside and drop it. All right, lovely. So there's our TMR mixture. As I said, TMR is the best to do for cows to give you the best productivity. Now what we've got here is we've got a water cart here, which I have filled up with water. Let's just connect that. I might just finish refilling it. That's a little mod water standpipe that we've got there that I've been using. So we will actually run this in as well, and we will give them the we'll give them this full tank of water. I only gave them a tiny amount of water previously, just so that I could show you an example of the basics that they could have to survive and to produce milk. So let's let this trough empty. Just having a sip of coffee while that happens. So it's all filling up the water trough there. Keep the cows in water and in food, and they will be, and straw, and they will be happy, or in bedding. Okay, let's spin around here, and we will drop this fella off here. Actually, we'll just stop that there. Beautiful. All right, so now if we go back into the map here, excuse me, it will take a little bit of time here, but you can see they've got their straw, they're almost full of water, they are 100% clean, and they have 16,000 litres of total mixed ration. That will actually kick in when, like the percentage of productivity will actually kick in very, very shortly. Now, since we've put the straw in, you can see that they've created 52 litres of slurry, and they've created 22 litres of manure. They have also created 13 litres of milk. So they've got a reproduction rate here. So what happens is that when you have straw, they also reproduce. So you will at some point in 150 hours in game come in here, and there will actually be 12 cows in here as opposed to 11. So, but they won't reproduce if you don't have the straw. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to just speed up time a little bit. Let's see, we will speed up time to 120, and we'll let a little bit of time pass. The reason why I'm doing that is because I want to show you as well that you do need to keep your cows clean at all times. If you don't keep them clean, it actually reduces the productivity of the cows. And obviously you want the greatest productivity that you can get for your cows. So you want to make sure that they have their TMR, or their food, they have their straw, so they're producing other cows, because the more cows you produce, the less you have to pay, obviously, and you don't have to go and purchase other cows, and also the better they are, the more milk that you create. So I'm just going to pull this out here. I've just put a bucket on the front. Just put a standard bucket on the front of the tractor, and now we will go back into the menu. Excuse me, and you can see that their cleanliness has dropped down to 96%. Their productivity has gone up to 99%. If they were 100% clean, then they would actually if they were excuse me, if they were 100% clean and they had TMR and water and straw, they would be producing at 100%. And you can see that all of this is going up. The next animal time has reduced now that we've got TMR in there, and the reproduction rate has gone from 150 hours per for each cow down to 120 because they have the most important things that they need. So go. All right, so let's slow time back down again. We'll go back down to 1 time, and we will go into the shed. You can see some manure over there. We will have a look at that. But what we will do first is we will jump out here. Actually, let's just duck over here. As you can see, the manure is coming out here. Now what you can do is you can pick this manure up in a bucket. This will pile up, you know, like the more the cows poo, obviously. You pick your manure up and you put it into a manure spreader and take it out onto your fields, and it's basically free fertilizer for your fields. So it prevents you having to purchase fertilizer. The more cows you have, the more manure they produce. Obviously. Now, as you can see down here in the feeding area, there is some food on the ground, which has fallen on the ground because cows are very messy. You need to keep this clean to keep your cows producing as best they can. So usually on a daily basis, I usually come in and do a clean, or if I'm driving around doing something with the bucket on my loader, I will come in as well. So the best way to do that is to come in with your bucket, drop that down there, drop that down to there, and we will go through and scoop it. Oh, no, missed it. There we go, that's why. Need to have your bucket like that. Let's go through and scoop this up now. What you will see is, despite the fact that we've only fed them hay and TMR, what comes out in this is silage. So, and you would think if it was TMR that was that you were feeding them and they were making a mess, that it would be TMR that comes out, but it doesn't. It comes out as silage. Now what you can do is you can pick it up and you can pour it back in there, and then what that basically does is that cleans up the animals. You could store your silage somewhere else if you wanted to and not tip it back in there. But if we go back into here, you will see that it's just added a little bit of silage to this. So there you go. All right, perfect. Okay, so the next thing that we are going to do is, well, we probably really don't need to, but I am going to do it for you guys, is I'm going to go and get myself a milk transport trailer, and I will see you when I get back from the store with that. Okay guys, we're back from the store and we have a milk trailer now in which we can collect our milk. So all we need to do to collect our milk is we just need to drop into here, and we will start filling this up with milk. As you can see, yes, we've got 284 litres there, which won't even make a difference on this trailer. But then what you would do is, let me just turn those off and turn that off. Then what you would do basically is you would take that down to the milk sale point. We go into the map here. If we go into here, you can see across here, let's go across. There's our milk sale points there. You would find the best place that purchases milk. We've got the restaurant, the ranch, the pork grain elevator, and the central grain elevator that purchases milk. Central grain elevator is doing the best price. The price is still going up, so you might hold off for just a little bit, and then you would take it down to there. If we just mark that on the map and we have a look on the map here, you can see down here, this is where the sale point for the best price for milk is. So you would take that down there, dump your milk there, and sell it. So there you go. So here's our cows producing. They're sitting at 99%, but we've only just cleaned them up. So if we were to speed up time a little bit, that would change a little bit. But you normally can't keep 100% all the time, because by the time it registers and stuff, there's usually a little bit of mess there as well. So, but that is basically the basics of cows. If you are running cows and you do want to run a cow farm, I suggest that you start off basic, just by giving them hay until such time as you can build up a little bit and purchase yourself a bale wrapper and all that type of stuff, and sort of all the extra peripherals that help you produce better and a larger quantity of milk. So that is cows for you guys. I hope you like this first tutorial. I am going to do a lot of tutorials. I will be doing one on pigs. I will be doing one on sheep, as well as some other stuff, like some general farm duty tutorials on prepping fields and fertilizing fields and all that type of stuff. But if you like this one, please hit like. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and welcome. And I'll see you in the next farm sim tutorial. Thanks for watching. Bye.